Ciao everyone, welcome to the Peachy Kitchen. A recipe I want to showcase today is Peachy cacio e pepe. It's one of our signature, full of cheese, full of flavor, just delicious. As always, let's make the dough first. So we need semolina on our board. My suggestion, get a nice wood board to make fresh pasta always. So we open the fountain like this and we put inside hot water. And same as we do for the egg dough, we try to get the flour inside the water slowly like that. This will be faster to make than the eggs. If you don't want to mess around your kitchen, just use a large bowl and you're not gonna have flour all over. You're gonna find this dough a bit more firm than the usual eggs. And if you see that the flour is absorbing too much water, we can add a touch of moisture, a touch of water now. So make our hands wet and the dough will absorb the water directly. This one will turn in delicious pasta. You can do different shapes from here. We do peachy, we do orecchiette, we do strozzapreti, the maloreddus, the small gnocchetti from Sardinia. So this one will not be as smooth as the normal egg dough, but it's fine when it gets together. We put it to rest in the fridge now for about 2-3 hours, wrapped in the cling film, airtight container, or just a plate with a bowl on top of it. And we're going to work this when all the flour and water gets together. Time to shape our dough. We get it out of the fridge. Let's get a bit of room temperature so the dough will be softer. We easily cut with a knife, slices like that. We need to get into a long shape now. And this will be rolled into peachy. So you see, to do this one, we don't need big machines. It can be made at home. That's why I always suggest get a wood board like this to work on top of. So let's forget, we use a bit of flour in our hands, and that's what we want. We get into a very thick spaghetti shape. Imagine a bucatini, something like that.
Chef, how come you don't use any eggs in this pasta dough?
That's a nice question. So at Peachy we do two different dough for pasta. One contains eggs and one without, like this one. So the one we're doing today, it's basically there's a big difference in Italy from the sourcing of products. So where this dough is most popular, from the center of Italy to the south, we have very hot weather. Often pasta is paired with seafood. As you know, Italy has a lot of seaside, and from islands like Sicily, Sardinia, it's mostly common to find this dough to make pasta. Gnocchetti sardi or orecchiette are all made with this recipe. Basically because the big difference in the north, we always have cold weather, and that's where people used back in the time it's very heavy food. So they put eggs in their dough to make the pasta richer. And that's when pappardelle is very often paired with bolognese, with beef ragu, with pork sauces, because literally it was in the need of heavy food. In the south then, when we have seafood like clams, lobster, mussels, octopus, calamari, these are all pasta that match very well with just flour and water. If you think about linguine lobster, linguine with clams, that's where all the recipe comes from. We are still shaping our peachy. It is fine if you see like this, they don't have regular shapes. So when we do this pasta, I like to dust with more semolina. This is the coarse flour. You see it's very grainy. It has a big course. This one will absorb a lot of the sauce later. will help the pasta to get into the cheese. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Alright. Usually, traditionally, it's only pecorino, sheep cheese, okay? This one is very salty and sharp. So that's why I like to have a more milder version and adding some grana. Grana cheese is usually a bit more easy to eat. Okay, so this we're gonna cut through the saltiness and the sharpness of the pecorino. But of course, if you love cheese, go ahead, 100% of this. Here we do my recipe. We need to grate finally. Use a nice grater like that. You're gonna see in every pasta. We try to have 50-50 of the two cheese. And if this one looks a lot for you, there's gonna be more after. First things for our sauce is to toast the black pepper. So you wanna get a nice handful of black pepper and on very low fire, just keep mixing the pepper for a couple of minutes. What we want here, toast it one more time, the pepper, and get all the flavor out. So stop it before it burns. You're gonna feel the black pepper aroma coming out. That's already enough, so stop it to the point. Let's start with our sauce now. Low fire, we grate the black pepper that we toasted previously. On the black pepper, we add a little of the cooking water. So we get all the aroma come out. Drop our pasta. So it will take about a minute or so to cook. You want to strain the pasta when it's still very al dente and finish it with the sauce. Alright, now we have this nice infused water with black pepper. Time to strain the pasta from the water straight to the pot. So that's all we want. It's finished to cook the pasta inside the black pepper. We're gonna use a bit more water. As you can see, all the water starts to grab to the pasta already. The last things we need to do, let the temperature cool down a little bit and drop all the cheese. So how is it? If you put the cheese when the water is still boiling, we cook the cheese and will be very stringy. That's not what we want for classic cacio e pepe. So fire is off, temperature is no more boiling. We go inside with all our cheese. Again, don't be shy with cheese, okay? That's a pasta that needs a lot of cheese. You can see the cream that's made with the pasta water. You're gonna need a touch more. Perfect. Alright, now the pasta is amazing and absorb all the sauce like that. Can you see? Look at this. Coated in cheese and black pepper. Go straight to the plate. Can you see the drip? How do you say here? The cheesier the better. And then some more black pepper. Let's see the result. Wow. Fantastic, fantastic. Black pepper, very sharp cheese. What to ask for? Bye bye. Like, comment, and subscribe.